This game was played by Bobby Fischer against Samuel Reshevsky. Okay, this was Bobby Fischer's first U.S. championship, and this was the second game in the match in 1961 in New York, because New York is very famous for chess. There, all right, so Bobby Fischer comes with e4, and Reshevsky brings the c5. Knight f3, knight c6, d4, takes, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, bishop to e3. All right. So knight f6 is played, bishop e2, castles, and f4 is played. Now, somebody tell me f4 isn't good. I dare you. I dare you.
Two people, Mr. Sue and Hello, they both are unmuted.
Hmm.
So what are okay?
Well, we're gonna have to change that.
Good,
Anyways,
it's changed.
I hope you got that recorded, Coach. Anyway. So, F4 is played. We're gaining space. As you can see, white obviously has a really nice center. We have a really nice piece development. Okay, this is really, really helpful. Well, here. This is really helpful. And we have a really flexible options. Okay, so D6 is played. We're attacking the center, in our own little way that we can. Knight to B3. Okay. Now, right here, if A5 is played, Fischer argued that A5 is better than what Black played here, and proving that basically his essential defensive move, G4, would have been a mistake, as A4 would have been played. But what was played was bishop to E6. Now you can see we're kind of hemming in the E pawn, and this is just, quite frankly, an awkward square for the bishop. All right. This is not his best diagonal. He has better. Okay. Yes, better. So G4 is played, and Fischer was particularly fond of G4 push, the G4 push in the Sicilian against the Perk-like structures. Okay, so obviously he liked the plans, F5 or maybe H4, H5. He really liked the, hey, look, get in your face. Let's prepare to make some mayhem and destroy stuff. D5 is played. We're striking in the center, and F5. Notice how white hasn't castled here. And even though Fisher's opening ideas were pretty wild, and he takes way too much chances with stuff like F5, like king is in the middle. Like, what are we doing? This is move 11, okay? Somebody evaluate for me. What has white gained? What has black gained in the opening? Okay? Like, just straight up. Okay, white has space. I got you. Yeah, that's a lot of space right there. Okay. All right, black has protection. Yeah, that's a safe king. That's good. That it's safe for now. Anyways, very good, very good. Black has king safety. Yeah, yeah, I got you. All right. So I would also like to know that white just has like a lot of pieces out in general. Like some of them might not be in the best scores, but they are in general just out there, which is way better if they weren't out there. Like, look at that rook. Look at that rook. Look at this rook. Look at that rook. That's not those aren't the best rooks in chess, all right? I've seen better rooks. I've seen I've seen rooks more worth more than 5 points. Let's put it that way. Okay. You gotta make your pieces worth more than the points that they're given. So bishop to C8 is played. E takes D5. Knight to B4, because let's face it, why not? We are defended, but we're not over defended. So guess what we can take back? Bishop to F3, defending the pawn, and G takes F5. A little risky, but you know what? It kind of is safe, all right? So A3 is played, kicking the knight, and F takes on G4. So, right here, I want y'all to tell me, what would you play in this position and why? Because you always got to have that why. If you don't got that why, then just stop playing chess, quite frankly. We have pawn takes. We have pawn takes. We have bishop going. Nope, that's not how you bishop. We have bishop going away somewhat. We have rook slides over, if you're spicy like that, and then just take back with the queen. We have lots of options. I want to know what your thoughts are. Okay, we got bishop G2 to defend the pawn and save the bishop. I like that very much. Okay. I want someone else. Okay, rook G1, sack the piece because it's funny. Okay. I'm gonna give you a pro tip that is going to raise your rating about 100, maybe 200 points, all right? Don't sack pieces just because it's funny. All right. Well, of course it's funny, but if all you want is funny, then like go on AFE or something. Like we're like if you want to play chess, I'm 9 times out of 10, you're gonna play chess to win. All right. So if you want to win, okay, don't sack pieces because it's funny. If you want funny, like look up a joke book, all right? If you want to win, be serious, okay? So actually, Homeboy was right. Bishop to G2, and there is no reason to trade off the bishop for the knight on B4 as it'll get kicked and never come back after all the tempi it used anyway. So we're gonna get kicked around, and it's gonna like look at that, look at that. Da na 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 na. Look, you want something funny? You want something funny? Watch. Watch that might be an idea. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying he might make the whole loop. Okay, he might make the whole loop. Just oh, no, sorry. Just we might like that would be funny. Okay. Anyways, so Queen to D3. We're stopping the bishop from bolstering the king side with a preemptive bishop to F5 and bishop G6. So this is a very necessary move. Also, I would like to state that these pieces are active. This king is about to get safe. This rook is about to come into the game. We can chuck this pawn because we don't actually care about that. This is a crazy position. And you know what? It's kind of fun to play. All right. It's kind of fun to play. Now, E6 is played. Now, Samuel thought for 50 minutes on this move, okay? E6. Now, if he played knight d7, then Fischer intended to play castles, knight e5, and then queen e2, and now we just got a crazy position here. I'm gonna be real with you. Like this is the kind of position you get when like you blink and like your bank account just like goes out the window. Like, oh yeah, IRS, oops, that was on me. Like that kind of stuff. Anyways. So E6. Again, Reshevsky spent almost an hour on this move. That is crazy, especially at this level on move 16. So castles. Okay, somebody tell me what happens if D6 is played. Hey, look, we got a pass pawn. It's protected. Why is this a mistake? Somebody tell me in the chat. You can give me a move. You can give me something just philosophical. Philosophical. Something, an idea. Right? Okay, okay, okay. Black eventually wins it, I got you. So like, let's see how we're gonna do this. Oh, look at that. We came back. Anyways, da da na 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 na. What are we doing? Never mind. Black will eventually win. Yeah. All right. Well, check this out. The major factor is just that knight d5 blocks it. Okay. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook e8, and black is suddenly has plenty of counterplay, along with like just a really dead pawn in the air. Okay, this bishop is useless. These knights aren't doing too much, even though they are out. Okay, I'll give you that. But we have all of a sudden we do have a lot of problems because we cracked open the center, even though our king is in the center. We do not want that to happen. So castles instead by Fischer. Listen, castle queenside. All right, look, we have one bishop, we got two bishop, we got a knight, we got another knight, we got a queen, we got a really nasty pawn, we got a rook that has lots of availability. Okay, but check this out. We have a rook, we have a king. If this position doesn't scream queenside castle to you, then you ought to be taking Coach Daniel's beginner courses. All right, I'm gonna be real with you. But anyways, because check this out. We're getting our king to safety, which is like our most biggest, largest, humongous problem in the entire chessboard at this moment. And our second hugest problem, the really bad rook. Okay? This is the only piece that really has no hope in life until you castle queenside. So now we have rook, we have queen. They're nicely coagulated. We have knight. Okay, we that's defending the pawn. Very good. We have other knight who's here for moral purposes more than anything, but he's there, so we like it. We have bishop, which is nice, gonna help us with an attack. We have other bishop, who he's gonna be a monster eventually. We have rook, who is going to be nasty beyond all reason. So what is all this supposed to tell you? That engine says plus 1.6. That's what it's supposed to tell you, even though white's down a pawn. Which, quite frankly, that is a lot of counterplay, all right? Especially against Samuel Reshevsky, which was world number two, and quite frankly, probably should have gotten a world championship title eventually. Probably. I'm just saying. Knight takes d5, h3, okay? Listen, listen here. Okay, that's a second pawn. We're down two. H3 is played. Fischer does not care, okay? G3 is played because black must keep the H file closed because if he takes, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, look at that. Anyway. So, G3, rook H to G1, and queen D6. Bishop takes D5 because, let's face it, that's the best piece in the position, and this isn't exactly the most favoritist piece in the position. So bishop takes D5, E takes D5, and knight takes D5. Bishop got a pawn back, doesn't really care about it, cares about more that really active knight, and that now that pawn is vulnerable. Anyways, king h6, okay, we get out of the open file. And bishop to f4. Could somebody please tell me in the chat, why is bishop d4 a bad move? I mean, look, it's a critical defender. We're gonna recapture. He's gonna be forced to come back. It's all good. Why is this an inaccuracy? I want you to keep you in mind, this is technically a pass pawn, and so is this. Okay, so if Fischer can't convert this attack, then that's it. Okay. Okay, we got queen x d5. Wait, why are you queen x d5? I mean, we. Anyways, anyways. Coach, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything interesting with the tactics. Like Black can maybe take. Actually, yeah, it looks bad for him if he takes the bishop because queen checks and then the king's not super safe. But I wonder if Black can try to like pile up on the pinned knight and try to do something. But I don't know.
Gotcha. Right. Well, ooh, Coach Daniel actually got it. Well, the second Coach Daniel. Anyways, so bishop takes d4, queen takes d4, and f6. Now black has a solid structure. We're heavily defended. Okay. We're gonna swipe pawns. We are, quite frankly, we are alright. Okay, we are alright. We are alright. Anyways, so uh, bishop slides over. Bishop goes to f4 instead, and g6 is played. Queen to d2, bishop takes h3, rook takes h3, because free pawn, why not? Bishop to g4, rook h1, and rook f to e8. Now, defending against the knight's infiltration of the e7 square, which would have been nasty beyond all reason. Like, nastier than any foot crusties grandma's got, okay? But also it was also one of the only two moves that in any way would still be holding for Reshevsky. Knight to e3 is played, queen e4. Time pressure took its toll on Reshevsky. Remember, he spent 60 minutes, I mean 50 minutes on the other move. And he overlooked f5. Could somebody tell me why f5 is way more solid than queen e4? Why are we playing f5? Solidify the bishop. I like that. I like that. Yeah, get that. About that. Y'all are gonna love this variation. It's so nasty. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds and I'm just gonna trauma dump on you. the variation here, which is awesome. All right, so check this out. Knight takes g4, knight f takes g4, queen h2, rook ac8, rook takes g4. Remember, that's checkmate. And rook e1 check because we can. Somebody tell me that was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, look at that. You gotta calculate this stuff, okay? Look, this is okay, why? Reshevsky missed this, okay? And Reshevsky in 1961, he was like 5, 10 years away from his peak. Right? I mean, after his peak and this time, but still, you have to be a world top 10, okay? To be in the US Championship in 1960s, all right? But under time pressure, he missed f5. Knight takes, f takes, queen, rook slides, takes, and rook e1. So that's how many moves? That's 3 moves, okay? Coach Daniel, you can do mate in threes, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, Can you do sack in threes?
Those might be more difficult.
Just a little bit, just a little bit more difficult. Anyway. Now, can you do them under time pressure?
The answer to that is probably no.
Yeah, same. So, you see what kind of stuff you got to take on Bobby Fischer, all right? So Queen E4, mistake. Queen H2. Listen, y'all, that's nasty. Okay. He could have seen that, okay, but probably just had a like brain lapse or something. And bishop to E6. In a Fischer Reshevsky game, nobody offered to draw or resign until the board was nearly bare. Like these dudes had beef with each other. And it wasn't just like just straight up like Coach Daniel, Coach Joe beef. Like this is like, nah, we're doing this till the last pawns are off the board. Okay. These dudes take it to the extreme. Okay. Now, having that said, bishop to f5, which seems like a natural move. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways. Oh, actually, no. Hold on, wait. There you go. There you go. There you go. Anyways, because of rook takes g7, king takes, knight takes. Okay, remove the attacker. Sorry, remove the defender and displace the queen. Queen takes, knight d4, and this is quite frankly what you call a winning position. So Reshevsky didn't play that. Again, still work top 10 here. Just because he's under time pressure doesn't mean nothing. Rook takes g7, king takes g7. Queen gives a check, king moves back, rook gives a check, queen slides over. Listen, if your queen has to slide over, that's it. Okay, that's it. Rook takes, f takes, knight d4, rook a1, bishop to e5, and rook d7. Knight takes because when you're up material, you trade pieces. Rook takes on e6, knight g4, rook f7, queen moves, rook check, king to d2, h5, queen d8 check. Okay, look at this. Okay. What is Fischer is up a queen and a bishop for 2 rooks and a pawn. All right. In world top 10 games, that's it. You shake hands. This is insane that Reshevsky even thinks about. This is crazy disrespect that Reshevsky just continues on like Fischer could screw this up. Could you imagine Bobby Fischer just screwing up a material imbalance like this? That doesn't happen. All right?